It's a story we've seen before, but it never gets easier. A beloved public figure, someone millions look up to, suddenly faces a storm of controversy. This time, the person at the center is the YouTuber known as the Shogun himself, CoryxKenshin. On July 13, 2025, serious allegations surfaced from his ex-girlfriend, casting a dark shadow over his carefully crafted image. She came forward with claims of emotional abuse, manipulation, and a pattern of toxic behavior that she says left her feeling completely broken. This wasn't just a simple breakup story, it was a detailed account of alleged psychological control, backed by messages as evidence of her experience. For years, CoryxKenshin built a massive following, not just for his humor and gaming skills, but for his identity as a Christian. He often spoke about his faith, ending his videos with a Bible verse and presenting himself as a positive role model in a digital world that often lacks them. This is why the allegations hit his fanbase so hard. The ex-girlfriend described a cycle of love bombing, where she was showered with affection, followed by periods of being ghosted and gaslit, making her question her own reality. She was clear that no physical or sexual abuse occurred, but the emotional and psychological damage she described was profound and deeply unsettling for those who saw him as a beacon of light. The news has created a deep divide among his followers who are now grappling with a difficult reality. How can the person they admired, the one who seemed so genuine and kind on screen, be accused of such hurtful behavior? The allegations challenge the very foundation of his public persona. They suggest a stark difference between the private individual and the public entertainer. It forces us to ask a tough question: how much do we really know about the people we follow online? The intense reaction to the CoryxKenshin situation highlights a much bigger problem in our culture: the way we idolize public figures. We take entertainers, athletes, and influencers and place them on incredibly high pedestals, viewing them not as flawed human beings but as perfect symbols of what we want to be. We build them up in our minds until they are larger than life, almost like modern-day gods. This idol culture is incredibly dangerous, both for the person being idolized and for the fans who do the idolizing. It creates an unrealistic standard that no human can ever meet, setting everyone up for disappointment and heartbreak when the inevitable cracks begin to show. When you put someone on a pedestal, you stop seeing them as a person. Instead, they become a reflection of your own hopes and ideals. CoryxKenshin, for many, was more than just a YouTuber. He was a symbol of positive, faith-filled entertainment. When allegations challenge that image, it feels like a personal attack because the idol is tied so closely to the fan's own identity. The immediate instinct for many is to defend the idol at all costs, sometimes by attacking the accuser or dismissing the claims without a second thought. This is the toxic side of fandom, where loyalty to a personality becomes more important than the pursuit of truth and justice. The Bible itself warns us repeatedly about the dangers of idolatry. In the Old Testament, the first commandment is clear: "You shall have no other gods before me." That's from Exodus chapter 20 verse 3. While we might not be bowing down to golden statues, creating idols out of celebrities is a modern form of the same problem. We give them our unwavering devotion, model our lives after them, and defend them with a passion that should be reserved for our principles and our faith. When we elevate a human to a godlike status, we are setting ourselves up for a fall. Humans are imperfect, and they will always let us down. We must be willing to hold them accountable for their actions, even when it's uncomfortable, because no one should be above reproach. As this story continues to unfold, fans are left to figure out how to move forward. It's easy to get caught up in the emotional whirlwind, either rushing to defend your favorite YouTuber or joining the chorus of condemnation. However, the wisest path lies in stepping back from the emotional chaos and focusing on what truly matters: principles. Personalities will always be flawed. People, no matter how inspiring they seem, will make mistakes and can cause deep hurt. But principles like truth, justice, integrity, and compassion are the solid ground we can stand on when the idols we've built start to crumble. This means we must be willing to prioritize truth over our loyalty to a person. If a friend tells you they've been hurt, you listen. The same standard should apply here. We must listen to the alleged victim's story with an open heart and weigh the evidence without bias. At the same time, we must also remember the principle of due process and not rush to judgment. It's a difficult balance, but it's a necessary one. As the Bible says in Proverbs 18 verse 17, the first to present his case seems right, till another comes and questions him. We need to be patient and discerning, seeking the full picture before forming a final opinion. For those who have felt let down, this is a painful but important lesson. It's a reminder to be incredibly careful about who you look up to. Instead of pouring your admiration into a single person, find inspiration in the values they represent. Admire courage, not just the courageous person. Admire honesty, not just the person who seems honest. When you anchor yourself to principles, you won't be devastated when a person fails to live up to them. Your foundation will remain strong. We are called to follow Christ, not Christian celebrities. Our faith should be in God, who never fails, not in man, who always will. In the end, this situation is a powerful call for maturity and discernment for everyone in the online world. Let this be a moment where we learn to look past the shiny exterior of online personalities and focus on character and integrity. Support creators who demonstrate humility and accountability, not just charisma. And most importantly, build your own life on a foundation of timeless truths and unwavering principles. Because when the next celebrity falls, and they will, you won't fall with them. You will be standing on solid ground, ready to offer grace, but unwilling to compromise on the truth.